Are you worried that you will try to quit smoking, but you'll struggle, relapse, and end up feeling disappointed? Hi, Nasia Davos here. By the end of this video, you will have the right information so you can tell if your next quit attempt will be successful. And if you realize you're not on the right track, you can always adjust your course and change what's not working so you can quit successfully. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to this channel to get more videos to help you quit easily. So, how can you know if your next quit attempt will succeed? Of course, I don't know you or your history, and I can't predict the future in any way. But what I do know is the #1 indicator about whether or not you're on the right track, because I've seen how important it is so many times over the years. Thousands of people who do this one thing that I will share with you quit for good, and it's incredibly simple. So, the biggest indicator of success or failure is whether or not you're abstaining from smoking cigarettes. If you're abstaining from smoking, then this is a sign that you're not on the right track and that quitting is harder than it's supposed to be. But if you have really quit, then that's a sign you will succeed. And there is a big difference between quitting and abstaining. Quitting smoking, really quitting smoking, means that you've turned a new page in your life. It means you have closure and that you feel ready to move on and leave smoking in your past. But abstaining from smoking means that you want to smoke, but you deny yourself the cigarette you desire. It means you're not smoking, but you're still mentally dependent on it. In fact, there are two main differences between quitting and abstaining. The first has to do with willpower. When you abstain, you always have to fight against your desire, which is painful. And resisting something you desire requires a lot of willpower. But our willpower is finite. We don't have unlimited supply of it. There's a lot of research that shows our willpower is like a muscle that gets tired during the day. The more we use it, the weaker it becomes. That's why it's harder to make healthier choices when you're tired or after a long day. Now, I'm not saying that you have no self-control when you're tired, but if you rely just on your willpower to resist smoking, then it's a sign you're abstaining and might eventually go back to it. But quitting smoking is different. It means not wanting to smoke anymore. It means mentally choosing not to smoke without using willpower. When you've really quit and something reminds you of smoking, like your morning coffee or alcohol or driving in your car, you don't think of how much you want a cigarette at that point. Instead, you think how nice it is that I don't have to smoke. Make sense? Now, the second difference between quitting and abstaining is where you focus on. Let me give you an example. Let's say we have Kate, who recently quit smoking. And in a parallel universe, we have the same Kate who is abstaining from cigarettes. They're at work and it's time for a break. Both Kates used to smoke during breaks while chatting with other colleagues who smoke, okay? Now the first Kate, the Kate who quit, decides to go out for a walk during her break. Throughout the whole time, she thinks how grateful she is that she can enjoy the fresh air instead of smoking outside of her building. When she comes back from her walk and sees her smoker friends, she goes, says hi, chats for a moment, and then she leaves. And she feels glad she doesn't have to smoke anymore and then put on tons of perfume and gargle a liter of mouthwash to cover the smell before going back to the office. Now, the second Kate, the Kate who abstains, remember, they both have the same personality and they are in the same situation. So, Kate who abstains, she's dreading the break. When it comes, she decides to take a walk to take her mind off of smoking. While walking, she notices nice little spots where she could have a cigarette and enjoy it. When she comes back from her walk and sees her smoker friends, she goes to chat, but the whole time she feels jealous that they can smoke and she doesn't. She thinks she can't really enjoy the conversation without smoking, and she even considers asking for a cigarette, maybe a puff. Then it's time to return to her office, and she feels relief she didn't smoke, but also she feels anxious that her success won't last. Can you see what's the difference between Kate who quit and Kate who abstains? One genuinely focuses on everything she's gaining from not smoking and how her life is better, even the little things like the smell. While the second Kate focuses on what she thinks she lost by quitting. But the truth is that both have lost and gained the very same things. It's where they focus on that makes the difference. Now you might say, okay, yes, quit, don't abstain. But isn't abstaining better than smoking? At least you're not harming yourself. Well, yes, of course, everything is better than smoking. But you can't abstain forever. You can't go through life always putting effort into not smoking. It's exhausting and it's temporary. Abstaining and quitting is the difference between quitting and feeling deprived and quitting and feeling happy. If you have failed to quit before, it's because you were abstaining, not quitting. So now you know your quit attempt will be successful if you quit and not abstain. And you know you're abstaining if you're still mentally dependent on smoking, which means you're constantly relying on your willpower to avoid smoking and you only focus on what you think you've lost by quitting. So ask yourself, have I quit or am I abstaining? And if your answer is abstaining, chances are you haven't worked on your mental dependence on smoking, which is how much you believe you desire or need smoking. And you can always work on that and you can succeed. So leave a comment below and let me know if you have quit or if you're abstaining. I'd love to see your answers. And if you want to learn how to overcome your mental dependence on smoking, make sure you get the foundational video of the CBQ Method. The CBQ Method is designed to help you overcome the mental addiction all naturally. And when you overcome the mental addiction, you have closure and you are done with smoking. Being mentally free from smoking means you have really quit. So, get the foundational video of the CBQ Method. I've added the link in the description, as well as more links to learn about the mental dependence on smoking. If you like this video, hit the like button below, leave a comment and share it with someone who can benefit from this. And be sure to subscribe to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.